Could we be about to see a player boycott in the Premier League? The players have come out and declared war against the FA and the PGMOL all around this extra added time.
They've got to get a grip. I feel getting more value.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but you equally have to look at this from a player point of view. The season's long enough as it is. We've had Raphael Varane come out this week and basically say that the players haven't been consulted on this. They've basically been told longer games and regarding the dissent rules and kicking the ball away, earlier yellow cards. Now, for me, you have to look at this from a player's point of view. They play so many games, and now all of a sudden every single game is going to be 101, 102.
I don't think you're right. I really don't think you're right. Now, before we get into this debate, guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on Football Fans News. If this is your first time here, don't forget, we're just fans of football bringing you some breaking news. So please do consider subscribing to the channel and turn that bell, that one that's next to the subscribe button. Any of these debates, just get down in the comments. Now, the reason why, Josh, I have zero sympathy with anybody that comes out with this is the simple fact that, right, players want to get paid more and more and more, right? And wages have gone up and up and up, which is ultimately paid through by bums on seats, but also majority of it's through TV rights and obviously staying in the Premier League each year.
Yep.
Right? For that to be sustainable, you can't be charging 90 minutes and play 55 or 53, I think was the average time we saw last season. Okay, here's my thing for you, right? You order a foot-long sub in Subway.
Yeah.
No sponsorship.
Not an ad.
You get 53% of it.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, you would not be happy. You would be going
no,
back.
But it's
you
different
would be.
because my meatballs on my meatball marinara aren't having to run around for 90 minutes. Are they? And Varane, to counteract that, Varane has come out and said that he is under no illusion that he is very privileged. He's privileged to do something that he loves as a job. Yeah? But what isn't being taken into account is their welfare. Okay? And let me phrase it to you this way. The product is the players.
Yeah.
Is the football, is the way that they play it, right? These players, whilst you say, yeah, we're only getting 55 minutes of football, they leave everything out there. And as fans, we want them to leave everything out there. So whether they're playing 55 minutes of 90-minute game or they're playing 60, 70 minutes of what should be a 90-minute game and now is a 100-minute game, they're still at their max. Yeah. And they want to give their max every single week. And this, in my opinion, is going to lead to more injuries because, and let me go into this a little bit deeper. So as a footballer now, you play an average of 53 minutes, 55 minutes, whatever it may be. Yeah. You all of a sudden,
robbery.
You're at your max. You're absolutely gassed, which we see at the end of the year because you played 58 games. Yeah. Cramp, all this, all that. You now got to play another 10 minutes at the end of each half. Injuries, hamstrings, the lot. It's going to happen. It is going to happen.
So I just want to go into this a little bit. I think 100%, okay? I'm for playing more, but I think there's maybe got to be a cap, okay, in terms of how much more we can add on. So how are they looking at this? Is it through balls out of play? Is it through, obviously, substitutions? What, you get 30 seconds for a sub, is it usually?
Yeah, that's what they
30, 45.
It was. Yeah.
And obviously, you've got all these sub breaks. And also, is it for when, let's say, for example, a free kick's taken? Are they going to add more time on for that, where they're deliberating the wall, deliberating other things?
This is the thing. That I understand why they are trying to do it. But I think the worst thing of it is they don't seem to have consulted the players in it. I think there's other ways they could do it.
So how would you do it then?
Well, I mean, they were trialing a 60-minute game. So... trial, like, stop the clock though.
No,
so you get your product, you get your time, but it's a short amount of time.
Like
You're never gonna get
American
90 minutes.
Sort of model.
In essence, the ball goes out, clock stops. Now that's hard to do in football because it's a quick game in a lot of instances. They've gone with the multi-ball system, so there's balls all around the pitch. But then that throws up something else because, for example, we look at the weekend. We had Thomas Partey booked for kicking the ball away. You then got Julian Alvarez booked for kicking the ball away. Now, when you zoomed out and you look at it from a wider angle, Partey kicks the ball down the middle of the pitch for a free kick. Alvarez kicks the ball out the sideline where the other players then got a ball thrown to him.
Oh, so you're
but
saying,
gets booked.
You're saying he was actually speeding up playing.
Arguably, you could say he's speeding up the game. There's a lot of grey areas in this. I think it's bad that they've not approached the players about it. I think the PFA are going to get involved at some point and say, look, player welfare, these guys are getting injured left, right and centre. Regardless of how much they're paid, they have to be looked after.
I mean, you mentioned boycott right at the start of this video, and do you think that seriously could be? Could we see certain players, okay, for example, at the start of a game, make it clear that they're not for this?
Yeah. I like, there's no reason why I can't see that happening. Players have got a lot of power in football, and I think that things will change one way or another, because like you look at this year, at the end of the year, they've then got the Euros. Like, these guys are playing so much football, putting their bodies through so much, and yeah, they get paid 250 grand a week, but it's still, if they can't play because they're injured, your product goes from here to here.
All I would say is something has to be done. Okay, I think there's a halfway point here. At the start, I mean, I'm all for playing more time, just because I love watching football. I think there's sometimes I feel like even the team that I support, maybe the team you support, they're being outdone it, where you get teams towards the bottom of the league, right?
Yeah.
They're 1-0 up, they're sitting on it.
Yeah.
They're sitting on it. You see it all the time.
Oh, of course,
you see it in the Championship. You see it in the Premier League, where you get to that point where, okay, back in the season, we got 1 goal lead here. We're probably not going to get a chance to score another one. Right, sit back. Keeper takes half an hour.
Yeah.
I'll get yellow card, and I might speed up again. And realistically, is a keeper going to get a double yellow and get sent off for it? Very rarely.
Very rarely. We should now, if that happens, they should be yellow carded first time, and then it should then lead to a second yellow. I agree with that part of it. I agree with that side of speeding the game up, but that should be how you do it. You speed the game up, you don't extend the game.
But my issue is with that is we're still not getting the minutes.
Yeah, but you've never had the minutes.
But I want them.
You've never had the minutes before. It's always been 55 minutes, and people have loved it. We had the Aguero moment in this form of, or the previous form of how it was. We had the Gundogan moment. There's been the Solskjaer and Sheringham, the 99, that was right at the end of the game. There's been moments in football, regardless of how long it is. Yeah, we might get more of them now because it's a longer amount of time. But equally, if you're back to 2012, you're a United fan, you've only had to wait 3 minutes to be told that you've lost, not 10.
Harsh. You're going to get some hate now for everybody.
It's true, though.
So, guys, what do you think on this? I think this is definitely split 50-50 down the middle on whether fans want to see more football, whether they think it's going to go on too late for night games, whether they want to see more of a product, or actually the product gets worse because the players are playing more at the back end of that season. So maybe we don't get the moments because of that. But if you did enjoy this video, guys, please do consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the bell, because we bring you videos every single week that keeps you up to date with everything that's going on within the football industry.